So I recently did a video featuring this beautiful, beautiful nib holder from Papa J Woodworks. This was actually poured by his daughter, who I believe is 12 years old, and I absolutely love it. But I wanted to see how it would work in here. So this is the Kaweco SketchUp, and I've seen a couple videos, a couple reels where people actually put their Kakimori nib in here. So when you press the back of this, it kind of comes up and it can grab the nib. So I'm going to try this because I'm looking for something to bring with me to do some fun samples on my trip to Osaka Stationery this week. I'm so excited for Stationery Fest. So I thought I would swatch all of my Montblanc inks. I'm in a little bit of my Montblanc era. I just picked up this toffee brown at the Montblanc outlet in Woodbury, New York. I got the Montblanc Jane Austen ink for my birthday, and then I recently ordered this discontinued ink, which is called Swan Illusion from Montblanc. So actually not from Montblanc, I got this on eBay. So I wanted to test all of my inks. I have 9 Montblanc inks, and I also was at an art store in Concord, Mass recently, where I picked up some artist tiles for my Zentangles, and they had these Speedball pen sets. And this looked like it would be really fun to do some ink samples. So we are literally just going to play around with the different nib holders that I have. We're going to swap the Kakimori nib into this SketchUp. I'm also planning to get the stainless steel Kakimori nib at Stationery Fest. They have different sets of these Speedballs. I got this B set. I'm gonna try this one here. Speedball nibs are for traditional calligraphy, but they also work for some of the dip pens that we traditionally use with fountain pen ink. We'll try this, and then we will also try this nib holder. This is the more traditional line from Montblanc. This is cool gray. I got this from Dromgool's booth at the Orlando Pen Show. They had a woman there who was so wonderful. And honestly, for the first 6 months that I had this ink, I wasn't really into it. And I just recently have been really enjoying gray inks. And this is among some of my favorites. So wish me luck here. I'm not sure how this is going to go, but let's dip this in and we'll see how this works. I don't ruin things here. Well, it's not very smooth, but I don't know if this is going to be for me. We'll see. I mean, it definitely gives you a good sample, but I don't love the edges here. Let's try a different one. I kind of prefer the look when I have my brush here, because then you can see the variation. But we're not here for paintbrushes. We are here for nibs. So let's try a different one. This is what the back of these nibs look like. This is just so beautiful. This is Montblanc. They all are. Definitely has some brown to it, I would say. And this is what's nice about the Kakimori nib. You can really get a much broader line. So, and then you can see the variation there. You know, I'm going to do Jane Austen next so you can see how that compares. And I'm also going to go ahead and pop this out and put this. Oh, this is the graphite that comes with this. This is a pencil. So that's the intended purpose of this. But you can just take the graphite out. Oh, that was a hefty piece. And then put the brass nib in like that. Isn't that cool? But I'm actually going to let this be up here so I can get more ink in there. Let's next try Jane Austen, because that looks very similar to Jane Austen to me. Hasn't Montblanc been criticized for just recycling some of their inks and calling them a different name? All right, so let's try this one this time and see how this works. Yeah, I kind of like the way this goes on better. This is much smoother. Yeah, you can see this has much more purple in it. Yeah, I like that nib better. And also we can do a little We'll remove a little so you can see. Oh, that's definitely different. Okay, now we're going to dip this pen and see how this works. I love the feel of this. This is really nice. So the artist who was using this brass nib was just saying that this is a little bit softer than the stainless, but she said she got, when she was writing, she just got a wider line width. So when she wanted to write finer lines, she preferred the stainless steel over the brass. There we go. They're drying pretty similar. Not too different. So since we're being experimental here, let's try this. Oh yeah. Oh, that's really nice. Love that. Here is my new one, which I am so excited about. I absolutely love this Swan Illusion. This is probably my favorite color in the lineup. Oh, you can see it's this really cool, almost like a cocoa, like a pinkish brown. Let's see. I'm do like a figure 8 here. You can see all the variation in this ink, which I've been really loving. I've been loving inks that shade, that just have a little expression on the paper. I feel like my Leuchtturm paper is not the best here. This paper seems to be almost feathering a little bit. I don't even need that much. I want to really preserve this because they don't make this ink anymore. It's very expensive on the secondhand market. This is right up my alley. See if we can get a nice wide one. There we go. See how it's lifting this paper? I think I'm also going to do a sample on Tomoe River. I think it makes a big difference. Right, let's try it here and see what happens. Oh, it's like night and day. This is so much nicer. So much nicer. Look at the difference there. I'm gonna do it with those inks as well. This is nice. It's kind of a weighty pen. I do enjoy it. I like it. And you're going to see a little bit of a halo effect here too. Well, now you can see what it looks like on a variety of papers, right? I'm so partial to Tomoe River. Okay, there you see it on both now. Lovely. I've been really having fun exploring with my Montblanc inks, which is so much smoother on this paper. Okay. Much smoother. All right, while we're here, I'm gonna try to pick up the pace a little bit because I have quite a few more to get through. Oh, it feels much softer on this. Yep. I do really like the weight of this. I think I'm going to bring this with me to Osaka. Now you can see the variation here. This cool gray has really grown on me. And it is just part of their standard line, so you can get that for like $25 typically. Fine line, medium line, and a nice broad. Okay. Yeah, it just looks so choppy on that paper. Have you ever used this combination, the Kaweco SketchUp? And I also think it's nice that I can just store it with the graphite in there, but then be able to swap out using my Kakimori Nib. Next up, let's go for Robert Louis Stevenson. This is a nice golden brown color that I very much like. I guess we'll do it in here too, since I have so many ink samples in here. But I'm just going to do lightly, because if I go back over it, that's when the paper lifts. I definitely like this Speedball nib. This is a nice one too. It's a little redundant to write Montblanc every time, but it gives me something to write, which I like. Robert Louis Stevenson. This is always my question. I think it's this Lewis, but I'm never sure of myself. And I think it's, oh shoot, Stevenson. Okay. I do love this ink a lot. My table is kind of textured. You can hear it. The other really nice thing about this nib is it just holds so much ink. All right, since we are in the brown zone, let's go to Toffee Brown. This was one of the very first Montblanc inks that I ever used, but I used it in cartridge form, and I had Corn Poppy Red. This is the Montblanc Noblesse. This was the first Montblanc pen that I bought, and I purchased it pre-owned. I purchased it without a Montblanc cartridge, so I've only been able to use cartridges in this pen. So right now I have my Toffee Brown cartridge in here, so I can actually use that pen to do the sample here, but we'll use the Speedball for the ink swatch. So this is, again, the ink that I ended up buying at the outlet in Woodbury, New York. Pretty. I feel like I'm probably not very straight in my artwork here on the second page. I love this color. I love the Toffee Brown. This pen much prefers to be on an angle. Maybe I will get a little bit out of here. Kakimori dip pen is so much fun to use. Whoa, that's a lot. Let's do it over here. Have you heard that this ink is being discontinued? Because I had heard that, which was why I wanted to purchase it. Toffee Brown. Because I did enjoy it in cartridge form. Okay. Do you have a favorite yet? I promise I have more colorful things coming. Let's do Glacier Blue. This is absolutely beautiful. And this is one of my favorite blues, not just from Montblanc, but all around. It's beautiful. I don't think I have any pens inked up with this right now, but I do have the Montblanc Glacier Blue Duo pen that I got for Christmas. It's so pretty. I just love it. Looks much lighter over here. I like seeing the ink pool on Tomoe River because it just doesn't absorb it like the other papers do. And this is a really nice match to the Glacier Blue, the barrel of my pen. Really nice palette. do love these inks. I'm running out of space. I'm gonna have to flip. Maybe I'll just go over here. Next up, let's do Enzo Ferrari. I purchased this ink when I was in London. They have a Montblanc boutique right at Harrods, and I wanted to get something. That was where I picked up my mulberry bag. I did not have the budget to also get a pen, a Montblanc pen. So it's really fun to just pick up an ink from Montblanc. So I'm gonna just go over here because I have 3 more. This is a really pretty purple, almost like a violet. So pretty. It's a nice purple. I really like it. What am I doing? Am I still on the screen here? Just barely. So pretty. We have 2 more, and they are both cartridges, so I'm going to have to get creative with the next 2. So here I have Corn Poppy Red, and I don't have many cartridges left, but I did want to ink up my Montblanc Baby with this red. I'm out of the black cartridge right now, so I'm gonna pop that in. Okay, so here's my baby. I'm going to pop this cartridge in, and then I'm going to pull some of the ink out and use it as a sample. I'm gonna go like this. Whoops, there's some. Then I'm gonna take this blunt syringe and pull a little out. Whoa, might be more than I really need. We're gonna do a dot over here, and we'll come over here and do a dot here. Okay. We will let this move down. I like this Corn Poppy Red. All right, I'm gonna let gravity do its thing. Sorry for the background noise. Lumpy just left my room, and my son and my husband are watching The Boys on Netflix, I think it's called. Okay, let's see how this looks. Here's Corn Poppy Red. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera. What do we think? This looks like blood red. I love my little baby pen. It's not all the way down there. Okay, I had to give it a little bit more time. This pen is so underrated. Maybe I'll bring this with me too. It's gonna be hard to get the boys are going over all the details because they just watched the season 1 finale. I'm gonna close the door, hold on. I'm gonna use my little Hobonichi pencil board here. I don't like the way my desk is for writing. Look at how beautiful it is on this paper. Am I in frame here? Sorry. You can tell I was not planning to do this video. Hard to get a thicker line with this. This is a medium nib, by the way, this pen that I'm writing with. I really love this red, and it's gonna dry so nice on this Tomoya River. Okay, one last color. And unfortunately, I have to go through the same thing because it is Around the World in 80 Days, which is also an ink I only have in cartridge form. Do a little dot here. This is like a darker brown. And do a dot here. holding this up. This is a really saturated. I don't know that I would get a full bottle of this. I don't know. This is pretty gray, actually. I thought this was more of a brown. Had I known it was this gray, I would have done it next to some of these other colors. Not that you can really get a good idea on this paper, but let's see over here what we got. This will be better. Oh, and it'll be right next to some of the grays here, so that's good. It's almost like a charcoal. What do you think? Does anybody own this Around the World in 80 Days? I don't know what I think of that. What, honey? I am filming. I'm almost done. Oh man, this looks almost purpley. So interesting. This is not what I was anticipating, but it'll be interesting to see how this dries down. I wanted to use my new tools here. I really, really love this combo so much. I feel like I have so much control when I'm writing. Oh, Rocco's opening up his birthday cards. Around the World in 80 Days. All right, so here are my samples of all of my Montblanc inks, all 9. Enzo Ferrari, Corn Poppy Red, Around the World in 80 Days, Cool Gray. This is Jane Austen, my new Montblanc Swan Illusion, Montblanc Robert Louis Stevenson, Toffee Brown, and Glacier Blue. And now let's look at it on the Tomoe River paper. There's the Swan Illusion, Montblanc Corn Poppy Red, Until the Natives Are Getting Restless. Okay, I'm seeing a little bit more expressiveness in this ink. Almost, it's not a, maybe it's like a little bit of a sheen. I can't quite tell with that Around the World in 80 Days. I feel like I need to get to know that ink better. Here's my Jane Austen, which I've been using on the daily. Cool Gray. Robert Louis Stevenson. Looks so much better on this paper. Toffee Brown, I love. Glacier Blue is such a favorite. Look at my fingers. This looks like it's the Enzo Ferrari in that really fun purple. And here they are side by side. Well, not quite. We'll go like this. All right, so that wraps up the ink samples. I will one more time go over. This is the Kaweco Sketch Up. This runs anywhere between, like, I think I got this for $27 on Amazon, but they also have a brass one that was upwards of $40. The Kakimori Nib is between like $40 and $50, I believe, on a variety of websites. I'm going to swap this out. It's just, you just push on the bottom. My hands are an absolute mess. Take that nib out, and I'm going to put this graphite back in because I don't want this to break. That's kind of cool. So that, you kind of just go like this, and there you go. I can do a little sample with this too for you. I got this little square notepad, and I've been really loving it. It's the cream Midori paper. I don't think I need that much graphite out. I don't know how you would sharpen this. Oh gosh, I haven't written with a pencil in so long. SketchUp. Very thick. SketchUp 5.6. Yeah, this is really fun. And then I can just kind of go like this, and then it disappears here, so I don't have to worry about the graphite getting on other things in my tool case. And then I ended up using this nib. This is the Speedball Set Series B, and this was like the second one, so I did not use the widest one. So this Speedball nib is actually pretty similar in size. That was nice that it worked with the SketchUp, and I'm just going to pop this back in here because this was living in here. But I think for Stationery Fest, I will bring this guy with me because it's pretty durable, and that will go in my case, no problem. It comes in this little tin here. So I'll put it in here for now. I love the little Kaweco tins. These are great for portability as well. Here are all of my inks. I have all my bottles here. Some are in cartridge form, but it was really fun. I was happy to sample all of my Montblanc inks with you. I hope you enjoyed today's video. In a future video, I am going to share all of my Montblanc pens, and I will have them inked up with Montblanc inks because I think that will be fun. All right, everybody, that is all for now. My next video will probably be from Stationery Fest, whether we do one there with the Juicy Broads or if I do a recap video, but I'm very excited. I will talk to you soon.